Before our birth, when our body and soul meet for the first time, what attributes does our soul actually bring to our new body? And which parts of your personality were predetermined by your DNA? And which parts of your personality were learned from your environment, your parents, your friends, or your school activities? And what part of your personality has no link to any of those things and is completely unexplainable? I was the seventh child born into the House family, and no two of us were similar in any way, even though we had the same parents and the same environment to learn from. Our personalities, the way we expressed ourselves, our desires, our empathy, our interests, and our fears were all extremely different. Each of my sisters and brothers visualized a totally different path ahead. Even though we had some fun times together as a family, our views of the world and what path to take were as different as total strangers. It may be partly because we were given the freedom to basically raise ourselves. With 8 kids, our parents were so overwhelmed. So, for the most part, the kids ran the flow of the house. Our parents were outnumbered by a wild bunch and lost any chance of control or discipline in the home. As an example, one of my unique traits was that my aunt told me I was born a vegetarian. And even though she tried to feed me meat out of a baby food jar, I would just spit it out at her, she said. And how is a baby supposed to even know what meat was? Obviously, they don't, but somehow I did. And this trait of mine held true my whole life. So I was a vegetarian 98% of my life and a complete vegan for the past 6 or 7 years. Everyone else in my family ate meat though, and I had no problem with that. I just couldn't do it myself. I was just born different. I always wondered if the reason we're so different from each other, regardless of being born of the same DNA and learning from the same home and school environment, could be that maybe we bring our soul to our body at birth with some of our unique traits already ingrained into it. Before babies could speak, they most likely have a lot of questions boggling on their minds. Not just, where's the milk and why does my ass feel squishy and wet? But, how did I get here? What is this place all about? I remember as a child looking at my family analytically and wondering why we're so different and saying to myself, love you all, but who are you people and where is my real family? Of course, they were my real family. I even had a 23andMe test to prove it. But what personality traits do you think your soul brought to your body at birth? Do you have any traits that are unlikely a part of your parents' DNA or your environment that you grew up in? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this too. The thing that made me question this is that I've been watching Damien Bertrand on LMN YouTube videos where people were put under hypnosis by him and they talked about very specific things that happened in their previous lives. One man even spoke French under hypnosis, and he didn't speak a word of French before or after being hypnotized. So apparently, we do bring something with us when we come into this world. When the hypnotist let them see the video of themselves speaking of their previous lives, they were completely shocked. So, next vlog post, I want to talk about how we find our place in this world. As a child, I saw the world as a giant jigsaw puzzle. We each come into this world with our own unique puzzle piece, and we try hard to find the place in this world that our puzzle piece fits. It's the most difficult task for most of us. Some people fit right in, and others keep trying with no luck of ever finding their true place in this world. So sometimes life's circumstances that are beyond our control can deter us from finding our true fit in this world. Like, for example, my sister Lorraine, you probably saw that story. If you didn't, I'm going to post it right here and you'll see what happened in her life that just sent her down a downward spiral.